CBS News national security contributor Joe Zacks joins us now. He's also the former deputy assistant director of the CIA for counterterrorism and currently serves as an adjunct fellow for the Foundation for Defense of Democracies. So, Joe, given these renewed threats and the very, I think, critical threat that the president has made on Truth Social, where he is vowing to bomb critical civilian infrastructures, having worked for as long as you did at the Central Intelligence Agency, what would that do to a population of people who are already perhaps not only antagonistic towards the regime, we understand that, but how might that turn the populace against the United States, any attempt there at regime change, if you're bombing their bridges and their power plants, which inevitably would mean civilian loss of life?
Well, thank you very much, Vlad, and good as always to be on the show this morning. So I think that with respect to regime change, it is far from certain that the regime will not change over time. It has really taken quite a beating during these past 5-6 weeks. And while it is still clearly in control from what we can tell, I think with every passing day, it does have an opportunity. There are opportunities for it to weaken. And even if regime change doesn't take place at a point when there is a cessation in the hostilities, I think the pressure on the regime will intensify by the Iranian populace over the months to come. And there may well be a real opportunity for regime change, and I hope that the United States will be able to be a part of that. Now, with respect to possible strikes on Iranian infrastructure, as has been discussed, that is something that is quite needs to be carefully weighed. Not only with respect to the possible effects on the Iranian population and its attitude towards the United States, but also even more immediately on Iran's capability and determination to strike against infrastructure in the Gulf, particularly, and that can have a very damaging long-term effect.
So, Joe, who would the people of Iran blame then if the president carries out his threat? Would they blame the regime, and would their anger be at the regime, or would it be directed at the United States and then perhaps draw the Iranian people closer to the regime?
I find it very hard to believe that it will draw the Iranian people closer to the regime. I think this regime, by the majority of the Iranians, either a silent majority or a vocal portion of the populace, are clearly fed up with this regime, have been oppressed by this regime for 47 plus years. Or 47 years, and I think their patience with this regime, despite even not being able to fully articulate it, is long gone. So I don't think that this regime will be, bolstered by U.S. strikes against infrastructure. But I think what is most important is for the U.S. to move forward aggressively in finding ways to support over the long term the Iranian people in unseating this regime. That, I think, will be more consequential than a sense of abandonment when there is, at some point in time, a cessation to the current conflict.
All right, Joe, always appreciate your analysis. Thank you very much.
Thank you.